Flylady Diane here. About 3 weeks ago, we did the Flylady's 31 baby steps together, and I thought this was maybe a good time to check in with you and see how things are going, look at the next step forward. But before we start, as usual, please make sure before you start watching any YouTube videos or reading everything on the internet, make sure that you've got your dress to shoes, got your indoor shoes on, and even you probably might want to set a timer, because you know what it's like, you think you're going to watch one video and then you get sucked into the internet. We don't want that happening. So I've got the timer going this end. And listen, if you're going to make this your break time, you know, grab a cup of coffee, some water to drink. I'm just going to take a quick slurp before I sit down and talk to you. So, 3 weeks have gone since we did the 31 baby steps, and thank you for all the fantastic comments about the videos. You had a lot of questions along the way, great questions, and I tried to answer them in the comments. And if there was one thing that was very clear, there was one theme that I see in the comments for all the YouTube videos and also from the ladies that I mentor, is that we always feel that we're not doing enough, that we're not doing the Flylady system properly, perfectly, exactly. And as I've said in all my videos before, please, if there's anything that you take away from these videos, know that anything that you are doing is better than zero. Okay? The whole reason of doing 31 baby steps is to show you what you can do when you actually get off your backside, put on your shoes, get dressed to shoes, and do something. And we're not saying that you need to clean the whole house or declutter the whole house, because that's the mentality that we had before. It was the all or nothing. You know, remember, we would not clean anything for days, weeks, months, some cases years, you know, like me with my windows. But with the 31 baby steps, we learned how to use our timer and just do 2 minutes clearing off a hot spot. And I know a lot of you did the 2 minutes and you cleared it off and you had that fantastic feeling. You know, it's, yeah, I can do this, you know, I can see that it works. But then we get that all those bad negative thoughts in our heads again, and we think, oh, but I'm not doing it every day. You know what? You don't have to be doing a 5-minute room rescue every single day. Okay? It's great if you can, but you know what? Our lives are not built like that. That's why we have these small routines that we've been building over the 31 days. We started out, you know, we made a control journal. Remember, we just took any kind of file folder that we had lying around in the house. We didn't go out and buy more stuff. We just used what we had, and we came up, you know, with things that inspire us. We made a short morning routine and an evening routine, and we started to look at what was sabotaging us in our daily lives. Like, you know, we started getting to bed at a decent hour, you know, getting more sleep. How fantastic was that? You know, drinking water. We were beginning to plan meals. We were beginning to look ahead and see what was coming, so we didn't have that feeling of always being overwhelmed and not know what was going on. That's why we start with 31 baby steps, because we're just building small habits. And also we saw with our own eyes and in our own homes the power of just setting a timer and focusing on the job and getting it done. So please don't feel that you're not doing it the right way. There is no right way or wrong way to do Flylady. There was a lady who phoned into a Flylady radio program many years ago, and it was something that struck a chord with me, and she said the Flylady system for her was all about just making things better. Everything that she touched around the house during the day, just making it better. And I love that. You don't have to declutter your whole house in one day. If we can just, as we go around, our day, and every time we open a drawer, there may be one or two things that can go straight into recycling, or you think, I will give that to a co-worker or a friend. We can use all those small minutes of time that we have. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. But the good thing is when we've got the timer, it starts us off on the job, it focuses us, and it means that, okay, we're just going to get dug in and we're going to do the job, and when the timer goes off, we get to stop. So, how did you get on with the 31 baby steps? Did you feel that it's changed things for you? Are you still going with your routines? Maybe, this is 3 weeks later, maybe you've found out that things need to be changed around. That's fine, it's not a problem. That's what we're doing. We're just, changing things slightly as we go along, finding out what works for you, because what works for you may not be what works for me or the lady next door. With some of my, the ladies who I mentor, they were following the Flylady morning routine as it's marked on the website. But you know what? Sometimes we need to change it up and find out that maybe getting dressed to shoes is the main thing that you need to have written on your morning routine, because once you get over that hurdle, all the other things get done. Okay, so just use these baby steps as a guideline. Okay, and as I said, as I always say, anything you do is better than nothing. Absolutely anything that you do, 2 minutes there, 1 minute there, 3 minutes there, it's all good. If it hasn't been working for you, the Flylady system, I want you to be really honest with yourselves, okay? Have you done what we suggested that you do? Did you make a control journal? Did you sit down for 5 minutes with a cup of coffee and just write down some things on the morning routine list? Did you do it? Or did you think, oh, I don't think that's going to work? I want you to be really honest with yourselves. Are you getting dressed to shoes? Did you actually try it? Because if you didn't, it's like the Flylady says, we can show you the way, we can show you what works for thousands, millions of people, but unless you actually get up off your backside and try it and do it, nothing is going to change. Okay, so I want you to think about that. If it's not working for you, go back, look at the 31 baby step videos. Is there something that you didn't try or didn't think would work and were resisting it? Prove us wrong. Try it and let me know that that does not work. All right? Now, when we were finished the 31 baby step videos, I promised you that we'd go a bit deeper into the system. And I don't know, if for those of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, you probably have already seen it, but I've made up a playlist for you about the weekly home blessing. Now, weekly home blessing, if you're new to Flylady or if it's been confusing for you, what it is it's roughly 1 hour per week where we surface clean the main areas of our home. Now, notice there, I didn't say we're going to detail clean the whole house. No, we're going to spend 1 hour surface cleaning the main areas of our home. Now, my main areas of my home may be different from your main areas. Okay, you've got to use your common sense, go with the flow, try it. And what I've done in the playlist is I've made up there are 7 tasks. Taking out trash and recycling, dusting, wiping mirrors, windows. Each of those takes 10 minutes, and you can just follow along the playlist that I've made for you, and we can work along together. Remember, in those videos, I don't want you sitting down with a cup of coffee. You were meant to be, I'm working in my house and you're working in yours. You can just follow through the playlist of the 7 tasks, Or if you prefer to, you know, spread it out, you know, stretch it out over the whole week, you can do one a day, and I've labelled them, you know, Monday is mopping, Tuesday is, was it trash? I can't remember. Anyway, it's all there on the playlist, so go and have a look at that. And remember, you don't need to do it exactly the way I do it, but I will be working along with you. I set the timer so you don't need to worry about doing too much or not doing enough. We just work together and see how that goes for you. That's the weekly home blessing. That's the surface clean of the main areas of your house. And then, working in conjunction with that, we have the zones in Flylady, and I've started making videos for those. The first one is already out. And the zone cleaning and the zone decluttering, that's when we really get the nitty-gritty in each area. So when I'm making this video this week, we are in zone 4, which is the master bedroom, and I've made a little video for it, and I explain what the zone is and what kind of tasks, missions will be coming up. And you know, normally on the Flylady website, or if you look at it on the Flylady Plus app, you'll see the missions, and it could be a mixture of decluttering, cleaning. They basically go together. So the only thing I want to say to you when you're watching this video is, don't think, I need to go Googling and looking at other videos. You know what? We're just going to take it baby stepping as we always do, nice and slow and steady. You're going to keep going with your 31 baby steps, keep checking off your routines, either in your control journal or if you've got it on your telephone or your iPad. Try and do a weekly home blessing. You don't have to have decluttered the house in order to do a weekly home blessing. And also, you know, try some of the missions. And don't worry if you can't do a whole weekly home blessing, and don't worry if you can't do 5 missions in 1 week. Just anything, all right? I really want you to embrace that thought that anything that you do is great. Okay, and you've got me backing you up on this. So I'm going to stop the video here. Let me know if there's anything that's still puzzling you about the system. I'm going to be checking in with you probably twice per week from now on. I'll be telling you about the zones, which zone that we're in, giving you some tips, and also checking up on weekly home blessing. And just please make sure, you know, you're going to have some good days, bad days. I've had some really tough days recently because the weather, you know, I've still got, it's not real winter depression, but lack of sun really takes its toll on me. On those days, just make sure that you're really, really good to yourself, all right? Keep going with the routines, they'll pull you through, and try and get out and find some sunshine if you can. All right, that's it from me, Flylady Diane, in beautiful sunny Copenhagen. Yay! The spring is finally on its way. I'm going outside to dig up some more snowdrops because the last ones, they flowered and they're back in the garden again. Make sure that you finish off your coffee. Don't stay here too long. Get up and do something, okay? Don't stay watching YouTube videos all day. And I shall see you very soon. Okay, live long and prosper. Have a great day. Bye for now.